I can't wait to show you this epic new launch, 2 new originals, Original Liquid Mineral Foundation and the Original Liquid Mineral Concealer. Let's join my good friend and bareMinerals Global Makeup Ambassador, Danica Bedrosian, as she shows you and me how to get a naturally luminous look using these products.
Thanks, Hales, and thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and Hailey today. I'm excited to show you guys how these products perform. I'm gonna create a really gorgeous luminous complexion, showing how you can use these formulas to get a naturally beautiful look.
These 2 new launches are kind of a big deal, so don't forget to share your experience by tagging @bareMinerals and using #BareBeauties. Now let's get to the action.
Get to it. So bareMinerals revolutionized the beauty industry with its original loose mineral foundation over 25 years ago. Now, bareMinerals is expanding the original line with these 2 groundbreaking formulas. With the excitement of this new foundation right here, let's talk about it. It's clean, it's vegan, and it's one of the most amazing foundations I've ever used personally. They are truly a next generation product. They give you the performance you want and are made with over 88% naturally derived ingredients. They've proven to visibly improve skin over time, meaning you'll have a healthier looking complexion even when you take your makeup off.
So Dan, let's talk a little bit about how we've used this product and just how much we've enjoyed using it, how we've applied it, how we've been able to show it. I love this product because I do feel like it is just the texture, everything about it is beautiful. You apply it, they recommend you apply it with your hands, and that's how I like to usually apply my skincare, because I just think it's, you know, a better texture and feel to really get it to.
I agree. And kind of think of it as skin. You would put your skincare on with your fingers, and since there is built-in skincare on all bareMinerals products, then this would actually, you know, be the same thing. And when you use the warmth of your skin against the warmth of your other skin here and here, it kind of just blends it in, and it melts into your skin a little bit better than a brush could ever do for you.
Right.
So that's another reason why this is great. It's got mineral derived ingredients, SPF, and everything about it is just honestly remarkable. It's got 30 different shades for every skin tone. And I love to contour with the darker shades as well. So you're doing foundation on foundation, which is far more natural than building with other products. There's a whole thing with this particular foundation. So what you wanna always do is shake it to wake it up. So once you've shaken it really well, you're gonna open the cap, and you typically do 2 pumps on the back of your hand. And so Hailey's actually gonna be applying it on herself because it's a good way for her to figure out how this works with her skin tone. 2 pumps on the back of the hand. So
what's
next,
my shade?
This one is Golden Medium 14. And I'm gonna hold the mirror, tell me if I'm in the right place or if that's just your nostrils. Okay. So you're gonna, you gotta do a dot in the areas that you would like some coverage. So dot, 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 dot. Then you're gonna sweep, and then you're gonna press.
And press it into the skin. That is honestly my favorite way to apply foundation as it is. So
and you guys see how little Hailey has put on, and it goes a very long way. I personally feel like if you do want more coverage in other areas, you're welcome to build on throughout your application. But this foundation really does wonders. One quick little, you know, application and your skin already is completely even complexion. And you have sun protection, and you have skin protection for after you take your makeup off. So you're getting just so many benefits out of this one product.
That's what I love about these products. Everything that she just mentioned, they're clean, they have less ingredients, and they have more skin improving results than your average foundation and concealer. Plus, they leave you with a really, really gorgeous glowing finish.
So this foundation is made of only 19 ingredients, which is half the ingredients in most liquid foundations. So that's already a big deal. And so as Hailey's applying it, I know that everything she's putting with her clean hands is really clean for her skin as well.
And notice how I'm just like going back in the areas that I've already applied and kind of just pressing it in with my fingers, making sure it's all blended into my hairline.
But like, just look into the camera, Hales, like, hi, perfect.
What I love about this is that it's lightweight, it has a no makeup look and feel, and I love looking natural. Danica knows that. So
yeah. So the press technique is key. It helps the foundation to kind of melt in and become one with the skin, and it has more coverage than the Complexion Rescue Tinted Moisturizer, which is also another one of my favorites as well. But it's not as full coverage as the Bare Pro Liquid Foundation. So It provides medium coverage with a naturally luminous finish, and it doesn't look cakey or heavy. It's the perfect foundation for everyday wear, morning, noon, or night. And plus, the Healthy Mineral Complex also visibly refines skin texture for smoother, healthier looking skin even after you wash your makeup off.
That's my favorite thing about the skin loving formula. You can wear makeup and improve your actual skin at the same time. I just think that's really innovative and something we haven't really seen before.
I agree. So for those of you who would like to use a brush and not your hands instead, there's absolutely the option of using a brush. It's not strictly for hands. So if you are gonna use a brush, we recommend using the smoothing face brush. And this is a really delicious brush. It's very fluffy. This foundation also has a peptide and prickly pear extract that reduces the look of pores and redness over time, and olive-derived squalene, which nourishes, hydrates, and helps to protect skin against moisture loss.
I absolutely love squalane. I think it's a really, really, really good skincare ingredient. This formula feels so, so nice on the skin. I'm on the drier side and I can feel it hydrating my skin when I'm putting it on and when I'm wearing it. It's not drying at all.
It does have a beautifully silky texture to it, and it feels really luxurious. And plus the mineral-based SPF, I mean, who doesn't need that and want that? It provides protection against damaging UVA and UVB rays. All right, let's show the concealer because that's a good one.
This concealer is everything.
Everything, literally. It's made with less ingredients than traditional formulas. And so that's another thing. It stays on incredibly well. And for dark circles, because I know a lot of people struggle with dark circles or blemishes, for dark circles, you typically want to go a shade or two, maybe a shade and a half lighter than what you are to brighten underneath the eye. And if you have any sort of blemish, you want to go exact to your skin tone colors. This also has mineral-coated pearls, so it instantly diffuses the look of dark circles and imperfections. So I like to apply it with the Max Coverage Concealer Brush. This is a really lovely brush. I like the small handle. It gives you so much control. And the synthetic bristles really apply and hold it in place. So let's try.
What these are to me is like if we could take the best night's sleep ever,
which we always
and put
want.
it in a tube.
Love.
That's what these are.
Okay.
Right here.
Everybody hear that? Okay, so I'm gonna just take a little bit right here. You'll just wanna apply it kind of in little areas. You don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way with this concealer because it's so lightweight and it marries so well with the foundation. You get a really amazing coverage and it brightens beautifully without it being too heavy. I also like to use this as a primer under eyeshadow sometimes. I know not everybody loves to use primer, so this is a nice way to even skin tones and hold product down. I'm also going in with my ring finger, which is our most gentle finger, and I'm just gonna stipple down the product I put just so that everything is warm like we applied the foundation. And this also helps reduce any sort of buildup or lines. It's just gonna kind of melt the product in a little bit. So you can already see the difference on Hailey's face. Just one little dot of concealer did a world of difference. And so I'm gonna just take one dot more on this eye because a dot is all we need. And literally that's all we need, you guys. And I'm just going to go right under this eye. And personally, this brush is so wonderful. It's a perfect size, the bristles, the density of the hairs. You get a really good application and you can stipple it down like I do with my fingers, or you can wipe. You can do a lot with this brush. It's good for around the mouth. It's good for anywhere you need to get a little bit more detail. Really, Hailey could go out the house just like this and be done and be perfect because she is. So this would be a really nice base if you wanted to just throw a lip or a mascara on and be done. Amazing. But this creamy texture is very lightweight and it blends beautifully. So I personally think this is a must-have.
It also works really great for covering any blemishes. Like, for example, today I have a few little spots that needed a little extra love. So these are perfect for that.
The botanicals in this formula are so good for your skin. There's whitewater lily extract, which helps to soothe and to hydrate.
Do you recommend applying concealer after foundation or other way around?
So it depends. If you're doing the original liquid mineral foundation, I would absolutely recommend applying it after, just because you have a little bit more control. If you're using the original loose, then I would say always put the powder after your concealer so that nothing kind of pills and gets in the way.
I think that's a really good tip. I also love that the concealer has a naturally luminous finish that just perfectly complements the foundation.
I agree. I mean, we haven't put any highlighter on yet, and you can see already Hailey's skin is glowing, so that's incredible. And this concealer also comes in 17 shades. So you have medium to buildable coverage, just like the foundation. Foundation has 30 shades and the concealer has 17. So that's a very large range. bareMinerals makes some really beautiful eyeshadow palettes, or the Gen Nude eyeshadow palettes, and there's a few of them, but I would say the neutral is probably our favorite. It's got some really lovely tones in it. They're very richly pigmented. They're mineral-based, they're talc-free, and there's a variety of matte and satin finishes with metallic ones as well. They're crease-resistant, and they're super long-lasting. So this has been kind of our go-to palette recently. And I've got two beautiful brushes that I love to use, and one is the Shade and Diffuser Eye, and the other one is the blender. So I'm gonna go in with this tone right here, Believer, and I'm just gonna place it on the lid. And I love this color because it almost looks like skin, but it's got a little bit of a satiny sheen to it. So when light hits it, it really glows on the eye without it making any sort of like glittery finish. So that's just one coat of the shadow. I haven't even blended the edges out yet. I'm gonna take a clean brush now, and I'm just gonna go and diffuse all the lines so that everything is really seamless and soft. And for a complexion that does well with natural colors, this particular palette's so great because you've got a lot of variety, and you can build on it, and you could start here, and then if you're going out tonight, add some liner, add a crease, add some bottoms, anything you want, and add some mascara and be on your way. So I'm just, as you can see, I'm kind of stippling the product down. I'm definitely more of a bouncer than I am a swiper. So I'm gonna take my clean brush again and just go over any harsh edges and blend it out. And I'm going all the way up to the brow because I haven't added any product up there, so you want it to kind of just vanish, you know? Yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna take the same brush, and I'm gonna take the same color, but I'm also gonna mix the more matte one with it, which is called Sandstone. And look up, Hills. Yeah, and perfect. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this, and I don't want anything too fine because I'm not trying to give a defined eye. I'm trying to give a really soft, smoky bottom with these natural tones. So this is just gonna warm up around the eye without it looking like she's wearing any eyeshadow at the bottom. So this is another lovely trick to just make the eye look complete without wearing a full eye. And when we go in with mascara in a moment, you're gonna see how much the eyes kind of brighten up and just turn for the best with the Strength and Length mascara. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So if I wanted to jazz this up for night, we could take a little bit of Indie or Native, and you can kind of use it as a liner. You could wet your brush. You could use a smaller pencil shader, and you can completely go and smoke out just around the rim of the eye. Beautiful eye, easy day to night. So now that we've used the neutral eyeshadow from the Gen Nude Powder Palette, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my favorite Strength and Length mascara. It's got a really unique brush, it's super pigmented, and it's got built-in serums that are gonna help build your lashes from the inside out. So you're gonna grow lashes while you wear mascara. How amazing is that?
Which is the best.
Would you like to apply it yourself?
Yes, Danica already saw me reaching for it.
Everybody's, very particular about certain things. Hailey loves to curl her own eyelashes and do her own mascara. Go for it. So what's great is that on the paddle side, it's gonna apply the actual color. And when you flip the brush a little bit, you're gonna see it's got tiny little spikes everywhere. And what that's gonna do is separate it from the absolute root of your lash all the way up. The little spikes on the other side work really well for the bottom lashes or for the inner tear duct lashes. So personally, one coat of this mascara, it looks like fake eyelashes. And you can see already just the difference on Hailey's one eye. What a difference it makes. Wow. So what it's gonna do is that round paddle is actually gonna lift your lash as well. So you're lifting, you're separating, you're lengthening, and you've got a built-in serum. Really, there's a win-win here, and it's an extreme black. It's not gray black, it is black, and I love that. So now that we've applied our Strength and Length mascara, which I could just do all day long, I wanna go back and do one little bit of the Believer, which is the color we use on Hailey's lid, just in the middle, just to add one more pop of color. So I'm gonna take the same brush and I'm gonna just coat it with the same product. And I'm going to just slightly add it just in the middle for just that extra pop, just to make sure, since we darken the lash line so much, I just wanna make sure that we get that beautiful tone right just in the middle there. And again here. And since I've put mascara on, I'm gonna turn my brush this way so nothing is disturbing that. Since we did strength and length mascara, let's go to brow gel now.
Danica knows that most of the time I just like to do clear brow gel, brush my brows up.
Yeah.
Don't really feel the need to fill them in very often because I do have pretty thick, dark brows.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like my go-to, even when I'm getting my makeup done.
Yeah. So there's 4 shades, including a clear. And the clear one is, if you just want a natural look, clear is always a winner for me. But I use that at night after I wash my face. Once I've put my Skin Longevity Serum on, I always put that on my brows because as your body sleeps, your body's absorbing the most it can absorb. So I always put the clear one on at night, and that's when you're gonna see the most growth. I have 2 shades here. We have clear and coffee. This is the coffee color. So this is gonna warm up Hailey's brows without having to do a full brow fill-in.
I'm just gonna watch what Danica's doing in the mirror because I like to learn.
So on this side is the paddle, and that's where you're gonna have the product. So what I like to do is take the paddle from the base and move it upwards. And what that's gonna do is just create the color. So when I turn my brush around and draw upwards, the spikes have their opportunity to do what they do best and fill in all of the little gaps. So this is gonna just warm up Hailey's brow without being super intense. This does not dry hard like Aquanet on your brows. This literally dries buttery and beautiful. So personally, I'd rather use something like this that's not gonna turn white after a few hours, that's not gonna harden. I don't wanna scratch my eyebrow and feel like I've got glue in there. Perfect item to have. You could have one clear, one colored so that you have the option. You could mix them. You could do a clear with a little bit on just like the areas you have a little bit of baldness. You could use a darker shade. So this is another must-have item as well. I love that. And I love a good bold brow with a soft eye. And we're gonna probably do a bright lip just because we're feeling tropical and gorgeous. Let's go in and make the skin dewy before we get rosy apples and a bright, gorgeous lip. Sound good?
Yep.
So the Bare Pro Glows are amazing. I actually love these for so many reasons. They will highlight the skin from under and out. So sometimes I'll put this on first and then the foundation, and I'll just put it in the areas that I want to be really, really dewy. So we can put them just on the sides of the eyes through here or down the nose, or if you want to warm up around the hairline, these are just really beautiful on top or under. So I'm gonna take a little bit of Free, which is kind of like a champagne-y gorgeous color. And I'm just gonna go right here on the temples of Hailey's face.
And since we are in a tropical state of mind,
yes,
this highlighter would be like if I was on vacation on the beach, sun-kissed, golden.
This would
if
be it.
I was getting ready to go to dinner, it would be like I would throw a little bit of this on with mascara and that would be it.
Yeah. And these are great. They work on the eyelids too. So you can actually use them everywhere.
I feel like Den tends to bring it into my brow bone
Always.
a lot of the time.
I feel like this is all one happy family here. So you kind of want to make it where if you move your eyes, you smile, you look up, you look down, it's always in the right place.
Yeah.
And you know, if you were to be standing under lights or the sun, that is kind of where you would be glowing anyways.
Absolutely.
So and you can see this is like a really natural color, and these come in several different shades. We used Whimsy, which is kind of like an iridescent opal-y pink for Met Gala. We used the liquid one and the powder one, and it's probably one of my favorite highlighters of all time. That was one of my favorite looks I've ever done, ever, on anyone. So we're just gonna take what's left. As you saw, I really only put one pump on the back of my hand, and it's going such a long way. And you could mix the bronzy one with the more champagne-y one and avoid any sort of blush at all. You can also just leave this if you wanted to with some contour and some bronzer. I mean, the options are endless. So Gen Nude also comes with these gorgeous blushes. They are so beautiful, really beautifully pigmented. I'm gonna use the Blooming Blush Brush, and this color, which is one of my all-time favorites, it's that peach though, right?
That peach though.
That peach though. So I take a little bit on the back of my hand just to soften it out. You never want loose powder on your brush. And so I'm gonna just take it really lightly, and I'm almost going in kind of like a half circle direction just on the apples, because I really want Hailey to be sun-kissed. And that's gonna pair really well with the lip that we're gonna choose as well. One more time, yep. So once I've kind of applied the color on the apples, I kind of just go up with what's left on the brush. And this is angled, so you can get a really nice kind of precise area. And so she looks like she's been out in the sun.
Which we love.
We love, since vacations are at limited capacity at the moment.
Sure.
This is a nice way to look in the mirror and be like, oh my gosh, I'm on vacation. And then always on the bridge of the nose. And then I always like to take what's left on the brush and just go everywhere. Make sure that everywhere is good.
I always like for blush to do like across this part of the nose, because that's how the sun hits you naturally.
Exactly. So moving on to lips, bareMinerals has an incredible lipstick line called the Mineralist Lipsticks. These are the most beautiful, hydrating. They are full coverage, satin finish, long wear. I mean, you name it, it has everything. So personally, I know I'm wearing one, but you love these. You use these all the time.
I love these. I was just gonna say, like, for holidays and stuff, I sometimes, like, when I'm feeling a little festive, I like to put on a lip. So like Christmas, Thanksgiving. I was actually wearing one of these on Thanksgiving and on Christmas. So, you know, they're just good for all occasions.
Exactly.
And sticking with our kind of island theme, warm weather theme,
sun-kissed, berry lips, beautimous. There's a very large range of colors in these. Okay, go ahead. One of my favorite things to do always is on a natural lip like this, I would just put this in the inner here and up here and tap it and leave the rest of the lip. And what that's gonna do is look like you just ate blackberries or raspberries. So that's another like really good like islandy summer look. Or you could do the whole thing and have a super, super dramatic lip, kind of like mine. And I'm wearing a color named Courage, which is one of my favorites. And I also have it on my cheeks too. And this is a color I keep in my purse always. And that way I have a blush, I have a lipstick, and
as you can see, I'm just
I mean, how pretty just that though? It looks like she just had a big bowl of berries.
Tapping it down as like a little stain.
Yeah.
I might even just.
Yeah, yep. And this couldn't be fresher. You could put a gloss over this, or you could leave it as is. This color will stay now. This will not be coming off. And that's what's so great, is that this will stay as is.
And you could see too that I started off really subtle and then built and built.
Yeah.
Until I got it exactly where I wanted it.
Exactly. And I've had on the same formula, but in a different color called Courage. I put this on hours ago and I have not touched it up, and it's still moist. I don't have any sort of dryness. So these are wonderful, wonderful lipsticks. So basically what I'm saying is you could pick 3 items out of everything we just did and create a whole look with any of these bareMinerals products, which is so insane. So if you were going to a deserted island, we could only wish, what would be your top 3?
My top 3 would be the original liquid mineral concealer.
Oh, okay.
It's concealer for
True.
me.
Yeah.
The clear Strength and Length brow gel. And a lip.
Cute. That's kind of my vibe too, but I would definitely do the original liquid foundation because this is life and you can use it as concealer too. But
you know what? Maybe I would go with that because of the SPF.
Ding ding. That's a good one. You're actually very right about that because that's what we need on an island. Yeah. Okay, so we're both gonna take the original liquid mineral. Great. You said brow gel?
Clear brow gel.
I'm gonna say mascara so we could be tradesies on the island.
Okay,
so
fine.
you have brow gel and I have mascara.
Okay, we'll share.
Yeah. And then my last product would probably be a lip too, but I would pick a color like Courage or Wisdom that you could use as blush as well all the time.
Right.
So that would be really fun. But I wish I could bring a makeup bag filled with lots of things.
Right.
That would be ideal, you know, because skincare is first. So that's what I would do. Thanks for joining us today, you guys. And I hope you guys had a wonderful time and learned some really great tips and tricks from us.
I absolutely am obsessed with this finished look. But my favorite part is how this foundation makes my skin just freaking glow. Thank you, Danica.
Anytime.
For another amazing look. We want to see the looks you create using the original Liquid Mineral Foundation and original Liquid Mineral Concealer. So don't forget to use the photo booth to share your naturally beautiful looks.
We have to go to the photo booth.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.